It's off for the money about come my way. Go.
Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Yapi Obi Antone Coalition.
What else?
K.O.D. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. K.O.D.
Yeah, member when they pay and boo a bonfia. I hope a promo yanabu huntia. Or ya what time for Jano Manivia. Yambuamu Amusina Bumpia.
Sawupe Muano Menina Edi. Nana Yamini Awakano Nebebe Mo. Tawuma Usa Swabi Ponina Tutu. So my party don't lose God. Can't walk home out. Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Make me sing, oh. Oh yeah. I say happy sing, oh. Oh yeah.
Namufisa Meshiase. The choir Masamba. I hope you kakra me fair munti no woman say my wife mini dama. We need a wono. Namufisa me yasanseni. Uhumi ana wo ye ma show afede we ni bomb so pena wo se hwan poni na nenya men nsano afede wo humi tutu mana mo se me ye jonki ne sabusu bu kebi shame on you too afede me hu se me makobole yonki hweno hwene ne mo se monkey if I check I dey say you dey hungry why you yanka wo da social boski me wu ye de na nenya metiase wo ne menye pego bia ne ne viase mana me da bench so wa fla wo no wo bia for handkerchief from the pemeni ase.
What else? Nana Yamini Awakano Nebebe Mo. Tawuma Usa Swabi Ponina Tutu. So my party don't lose God. Can't walk home out. Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Make me sing, oh. Oh yeah. I say happy sing, oh. Oh yeah.
Okay, it's about that time already for us to bring you the best in entertainment here on Joy News on Multi TV. I'm Nia Kofi Smartabe. Hello, welcome one and all to the White Carpet. As always, the White Carpet is brought to you by kind courtesy of Airtel. And well, we just had to start off with that beautiful track Adonai by Castro and Saga. But let's find out what Airtel has in store in a bit. But of course, what are the stories that made headlines this week? We started off with that track from Castro and Saga. And of course, that is what has been trending the whole of this week. Castro gone missing since last week Sunday. We cannot tell where he is currently, and we do not also know whether he is alive or dead. That is one issue that has been that just wouldn't go away from us as far as entertainment is concerned. Also during the week, whilst we were debating whether Castro was alive or not, we were hit with a story that K.O.D has divorced his wife of 6 years. Really, and some are saying that, well, with his manager no longer in the picture, that's how come he was able to do that. Is that really the case? Well, Kwao is the best person to explain that. But also this week, we've been told that the GHAMRO board has been asked to step aside for another interim board to take over. What really is happening as far as GHAMRO is concerned, we'll get into details of that here on the White Carpet. So stick and stay with us. Let's take this spot of commercial from Airtel. When we return, we'll get the show underway. Here on the White Carpet, as always, the White Carpet is brought to you by kind courtesy of Airtel, and of course the show is interactive. So here's the number you can get interactive with us on: is 0267 844 024. 0267 844 024. Do send us your messages via WhatsApp, and we will read them here on the show. But I've been checking out video sharing websites this past week, and I found some things that I thought were pretty interesting, and I wanted to share them with you. One is a cartoon about a certain group of football players who had gone to a tournament and had come back, and well, they really didn't do too well, so they thought it's best to disguise themselves. So you get to see that. And the second one is about a voice that we are all well too familiar with. Let's check out these videos.
After their return from the Brazil World Cup, the Black Stars players were so ashamed of their great failure, they decided to disguise themselves so as not to be recognized.
What I go wear?
Maneuver. Anyway, soccer divine with Ghana.
The blacksmen, they must pay back the money. They must.
How she know say it be me?
Aye.
Hat-trick, Mr. Samoa. You be you nice flick with our corner. Free.
How do you do, someone? But how do you recognize me? It's me. John boy. They must refund the money. Oh, and that's Sule. They must pay.
All because of soccer. All because of
none of that can stop the time. Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had is redemption song, songs of freedom.
So that's actually Holland's Michel Burnens. He sounds very much like Bob Marley, and that's actually what caught my attention when I first saw the video. Of course, the writing was there, that Bob Marley's voice reborn, but I really didn't trust it until I listened to him sing, and Michel Burnens definitely earned my respect for that. But as I started off, we have been talking about Castro a lot this week, but one group that we haven't really heard much from as far as the Castro issue is concerned, and of course my critics will join me, we'll discuss that into more details, but we haven't heard much from the Musicians Union of Ghana, MUSIGA, and during the week my colleague Mamavi Uso-Aboagye caught up with Ochiame Kwame, who happens to be the PRO for MUSIGA, and she had a conversation with him about the Castro incident, what they do know about it, and what they are going to do about it, if anything at all. So let's watch a playback of that interview.
So last Sunday on the 6th of July 2014, the news of Castro drowned or not, there were so many things coming out, and we woke up really on Monday to the news, which was confirmed really, that Castro went jet skiing with a female friend in Ada and they had gone missing. Rescue operations have been underway, but still their bodies, whether dead or alive, have still not been found. And one of his friends, one of his music friends and indeed private friends, Ochiame Kwame, is joining me for a brief discussion. So Ochiame Kwame, thank you for your time. Well, Castro was your friend?
Yes. Yes.
How close were you?
Castro and I are friends in respect. You'll say he's not a person that I will go to the club with, or I'm constantly in the studio with him. Every time we met, we met on a social issue. We met at events, so we will call each other to find out how we are doing. And when are we supposed to do the song? We need to do the song. That he was that type of friend. And in fact, even his wife, I introduced him to his wife. His wife
really?
Yes. Castro is my friend. He's not a person that I saw or I see constantly, but when we meet, we meet in respect, that we know we have mutual respect for each other. I think that he's a very, very serviceable guy. He is one guy that will stick his neck out for anybody. I mean, no wonder that they said he jumped into the water when he knew that he couldn't swim to save somebody. He is a very, very kind person, very, very giving. You listen to a number of songs that he's featured on. Before the Black Stars went to Brazil. You know, my agency was producing an event for the Black Stars. The last friendly match, Black Stars against the Dream Team.
Yeah.
We're supposed to play music at that place, and Castro and Shatawale and myself were to perform. And Castro came for everything, all the press interviews, everything. I had not even paid him for the performance. He was coming, and he is that type of person. He's there for everybody.
So what do you know about his drowning or his missing? There are so many theories. What do you know?
Well, I know the same thing, or the same things that you know. I know that they went out there. They were on a boat, some of them were on a speedboat, some of them were on a ski, and then a girl drowned and he jumped in to save, and then he drowned too. That is the story that I have heard.
Okay.
Many people are also saying that Asamoah was there, he jumped into it to save, and so many stories. But what I know is that the story is not consistent. There are so many stories, and who was there? If there was nobody there, as they say, how did they know that the girl jumped in first? And how was it that they say Castro was seen in a life jacket? Where is the life jacket? If he's wearing the life jacket, why is he perceived drowned? You know, so all these things are things that I know that are not consistent. And I mean, I can't seem to wrap my thinking around it. But what I know is that the stories are too many, and they are not consistent.
So what are you thinking? Is he dead, or he could be found alive?
I think that if he's wearing his life jacket, he could be found alive. Maybe in Togo. Because I've been to the exact place where he is perceived drowned, or he's feared dead. And on the right side leads you to Accra, and then when you come back, you are coming to Adan. And on the left, immediately, is Togo. You know, a few kilometers away from there is Togo. So, and the way that the water from the sea is fighting with the river, I believe that the easiest place for Castro's body to drift to will be to the left.
Okay.
Because if it's to the right, then it's Accra. We would have seen it. So,
so it could be that he's been rescued somewhere, but they haven't figured out where he's coming from yet.
And that is if he is unconscious, because Castro is a loudmouth. If he can speak, he can tell us who he is and how to get help, you know. But if he's been found and he is unconscious or he's weak, and people are talking to him, I have such vim that he's around somewhere.
Okay. So you believe we'll find him alive?
Yes, I believe once we can move the search to Togo, on the shores of Togo, we can find Castro.
Okay. Are you saying this because you're his friend? Because you're an artist too? And so you have to say nice things?
No. Castro is a nice guy. I mean, I don't know if you know Castro. There's not a single bad thing that you can say about Castro. He's a really, really nice guy. He's very serviceable. There are so many great musicians, talented musicians out there. How many of them collaborate with everybody? Up and coming artists, established artists, everybody. I mean, I am into the currently I was getting him so many shows. I am into events and talent management, so I get him shows for Coca-Cola. He's there on time. He doesn't give you grief. He is a good guy, and even when the money is not the Castro level type of money, I tell him, Charlie, this is for my company. We need to pay our workers and things. Castro understands.
You would still take it.
Yeah, so I'm not saying these things about him because he is my friend or because he's dead, but simply because he's a really, really, really good guy, at least to me. Very humble.
So one of the criticisms, because he was a member of MUSIGA, one of the criticisms because we haven't heard MUSIGA say anything about Castro getting lost or drowned. What's the position of MUSIGA? Because you speak for MUSIGA.
The criticism from MUSIGA is that people like to people's ears are too itchy. I mean, that is also the criticism from MUSIGA towards the media, that you want us to say something, you jump on it and use it as
why
content.
not? I mean, because yes, you're a relevant player in the industry.
I know, but we are also private human beings, and sometimes we believe that people should enjoy some type of privacy. We honestly love the way that we are searching for Castro and there's hope and everything, but we don't like how his demise has been monetized. We don't appreciate, honestly, how the media...
You don't think that perhaps that is that's the reason why a lot more attention was drawn to it, so that you find even the naval police coming in to do a search?
No, because the police people are coming in to do a search because it is Castro, not because the media is putting a spin to it. Do you think the police came in to do a search?
Did we put a spin to it? I mean, yeah, we said it as it is.
No. Everybody is talking about and Castro is Mame Watas, come for and calling Juju people and calling this one. All of it to make sure that the unsuspecting listener develops interest, and so that they can use it to increase their ratings with Synovate. Yes, to answer your question, MUSIGA is doing something about it. The welfare department, they have gone to Takoradi to go and see Castro's people.
But did you go to Ada? Did MUSIGA go to Ada?
Yes, I know some members of the welfare department went to Ada, and MUSIGA plus all or most relevant musicians, Castro's friends and musicians, on Sunday will want to go to Ada to go and do something nice in Castro's name. Yes,
so this Sunday?
Yes, this Sunday we hope that we can get everybody, Missville, Tic-Tac, VIP, JQ, myself, Kodwenpi, Amachidede, all the gospel people, everybody. We are all going to drive in white to go and light candles up for Castro and Sunday evening, and also to make sure that we take all the flowers from around Ghana to go and put it there to beautify, because what has happened to him drowning, as we all know, even when a glass of water chokes you, it's not easy. It is really, even if he will be found next week, the demise or the trauma that he's gone through it, we believe that because he's such a great guy and he's a musician, he's one of us, we must go to Ada to go and beautify what has happened to him and take out all the mysticism with the Mami Wata, and also bring attention to the fact that there's something to be learned from what has happened in connection with people who will have the right to jump on these speedboats, whether they should be given, they should have riding licenses, and the security precautions that should be taken. That is the angle that MUSIGA wants to move this, or is moving this Castro's demise from, not joining in the bandwagon to make sure that his trouble is monetized.
Does the music industry miss him as it is now?
Now I don't think, I can't say that I miss Castro. He's just constantly on my mind. I mean, he's so constantly on our minds that we don't miss him. We just hope to find him. We don't, I do not miss Castro because I don't think he's dead. But what we want is that next week or tomorrow, whether we find his body, whether lifeless or with life, we want to find his body and give him a resting place, or give him a hug and throw a party for him, and let him understand that this is the level of love that Ghana has for him.
I appreciate your time, Kwame. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I guess we're all keeping our fingers crossed. Thank you for being a part of this discussion.
Yay! What? Castro, D Black, Merasi, Sobim, Afide, Yedas Obiaba. Everybody, let's go. Menamna metete, 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 menamna metete, metete, anda seo, seo, menamna metete, 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 menamna metete, metete, anda seo, 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 Betsy, me branda, seo, seo, Betsy, seo, 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 Betsy, seo, 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 Betsy, seo, seo, seo.
Okay, thanks for staying with us. This is still the white carpet here on Joy News on Multi TV, and well, Airtel is giving you the opportunity to talk chow and kasa, so that when you have issues to sort out with your boss or your friend, you don't have to worry about your call credit, because really the call credit isn't going anywhere. Once it finishes and you've met your daily target, Airtel gives you 5 times the opportunity to talk again. So you can talk like Calibos to say, our Ahofe Patri will be in trouble. So if you also have an Ahofe Patri, don't worry, you can talk and Ahofe Patri will be in trouble. So just dial 141 if you want more information about Airtel Talk Chow Angasa. And then of course you get all the information you want. But still on that note, let me send a big shout out to Bright Dra of our post-production. He got married today, and also he got married to Nana Nyakoa of our HR department. So Bright and Nana, congratulations to you, and then also to Same MCR, the MCR boss Same. Sorry, I can't remember your. I can't remember your surname. Same down quiet. Thank you very much, David. Congratulations to Same as well. And you know, it's interesting that the multimedia people are getting married around this time when we are having the bridal fair at the Accra International Conference Center. I passed through today, and I must say I was glad I did, because I met an old-time friend who does slippers and shoes and all that. His name is Toe Talk, and he actually gave me what I'm wearing. So I like to say big ups to Toe Talk for, thank you very much for the lovely slippers that I got this evening. So yeah, that's it. And meanwhile, congratulations once again to David. No, not David. Oh goodness, why did I say David? To Sami, and then to Nana and to Nana, and then to Bright. But Uncle Francis and Nana texted are in the house. It means it's time for us to dissect and talk about issues. Surprisingly, it looks like Castro has been the only news and entertainment news this week. was it okay? Apart from Caucasus divorce and what else? I don't remember because almost everything was Castro.
The biggest news. I mean, if you look at it, his own is like that, and all others are like this, like this, like this. So it's been the news. I mean, it's been 1 week.
Yeah.
Or so, almost.
Tomorrow will be exactly 1 week.
A week. So
I remember checking on Twitter. You were watching Wimbledon when you got to know what was happening on Twitter.
Yeah. So it's been the news really this week.
Nana.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I started with either well or I mean. That's Uncle Francis right there. Every question you must expect. I mean, or
you know,
he wants you to understand what he's about to say, so you best pay attention.
Yeah.
Right, though.
Okay.
It's been a sad week, you know. I think it happened just when we left here, so the next day or so. It happened, and it happened just around the time Honorable Gladys Asma also finally, bid farewell to us. So it was
after so many weeks of
speculation, exactly.
Unnecessary speculation.
Imagine that everybody in a hurry to break the news and all that.
It makes it difficult for me to trust stuff when I see them on social media these days.
Exactly, but sadly sometimes you see some smoke with fire. And that's the sad part. So even when you see it, as much as you can't really say much about it, you're also thinking at the back of your mind, it might just be true, and it sends shockwaves through your spine, especially when the person is closer than you think. I mean, Castro is like the guy next door. Castro is one of those people who, in spite of the successes he's chalked, will still be your homeboy, will come to you, appreciate you, and then let you feel special about yourself, no matter who you are, and it's quite painful that such people, unfortunately, don't. I'm not saying
we don't know their
but
status.
Such people, sometimes you have to miss them in a certain way. It's quite painful. It's not been an easy week at all.
We'll get to talk a bit more about Castro, but I understand I've been joined on the line now by lawyer Gary Nimakun. He is a plaintiff for some, is it 100 musicians? Nana Mpedu and...
There's a council for the
council,
But he said something today, so maybe he can say it on air house.
Nana Mpedu and how many others?
99 others. With one missing one.
Good evening to you, Lawyer Nimakun. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you too?
Yes, I'm all right.
Okay. You are the counsel for the plaintiff in the case against GHAMRO. We understand the court has ruled that the current executive of GHAMRO should step aside, and then there's been a new four-member body appointed. Tell us exactly what happened in court yesterday. Was it yesterday, I think?
Well, if you're going to go through the whole thing, I don't think your head down can...
no, just a summary of it.
So just a summary of what really transpired. Basically, the plaintiff commenced an action against the board of GHAMRO, and GHAMRO itself as an institution or an organization, seeking among others certain reliefs. One of them was that the interim board, which was put in place somewhere in May 2011, for a period not exceeding 2 years, their time has lapsed. And for that reason, their presence in office is unconstitutional, and therefore they must vacate the office. And then they're also asking the court for the board to account for their stewardship during the period of 3 years or so that they've been in office. Now, you will recall that the plaintiffs in their claim have alleged that the board did not account for 2011, 2012, 13, and 14. They have not done any audited accounts, and two, they have not caused any ATM to be organized during the period of their stewardship, and that the board are also taking salaries between 2,000 and 2,500 Ghana a month. Now, the company limited by guarantee, registered by the Attorney General to also collect money on behalf of right owners. They cannot be collecting that kind of money and be paying their salaries. And their failure to account over the years really was a cause of concern. And unfortunately, when the AG told them to come and account, they told the AG that the office in Kumasi has been ripped by rainfall, and therefore their computers and other things have all been spoiled. Therefore, they cannot account. So clearly, a call being faced with this kind of situation, you realize that he has no other option than to tell them that, look, we're putting you all aside, and then appoint a receiver manager to take care of the organization for a period of 6 months to organize things, and then elect a permanent board to be put in place. That basically, I think, is the short or summary of what really transpired.
So within the 6 months, the 4 people who have been appointed to act in their stead, what exactly will they be doing? Because the accounts have still not been rendered.
Yeah,
and
they are not 4.
Okay, how many?
5.
5,
They are
sorry.
5.
So what exactly will be...
They are being superintended by the Attorney General Office. You know, let me give you some little background. The Attorney General Office, more or less, is the body that GHAMRO must account to. Because that is the office that licenses GHAMRO to be able to be a collective management organization to collect money for on behalf of the right owners. You understand? And they have refused to account to the AG's office over the past 3 years, and even to the members of the organization. You know, so basically now the AG must superintend the 3-member team, the 4-member team, and the corporate office will also bring 1 person. And then the other 3 members who have also been given the chance to also take part in the management processes. Now, during this tenure of the 6 months, they will have to ensure that they look into the accounts of GHAMRO.
Okay.
And then find out exactly the state of affairs now. Well, as we speak, we don't know the state of affairs as to the finance of GHAMRO. But they came to court and told the court that they are now preparing audited accounts. You know, that means for the past 3 years, they say they are now preparing. You know, they have not done it before. So as we speak now, we don't know how much is in. We don't know how much has been spent. We don't know how much has been disbursed to musicians as royalties. We don't know nothing. You know, so they must look into all those things. And then 2, they will have to also conduct elections and to put in place a permanent board within the period of the 6 months.
Okay.
Yes. And then they must also do the day-to-day administration of GHAMRO, and also, I believe, once there's a question of distribution of royalties, that also can be taken care of that by the interim board. But whatever they are also going to do, they must also ensure that they will also be held accountable one day, because what is good for the goose is probably good for the gander.
Yeah.
I mean, so far as others have been removed because they are failed to account, others have been removed because they are failed to hold AGM, others have been removed because they are taking salaries which they are not due, which is against the rules that set them up. You know, it means that they cannot do the same thing. So as they are there, they must ensure that the right thing is done during this 6 months interim period, and then put in place a permanent board so that the problems of GHAMRO will be forever, solved once and for all.
Okay, so what process was used to select these 3 other persons, which is Ochame Kwame, Nana Boajida Costa, and Enoke Japon?
Yeah, you know, the association is made up of 3 main groupings. We have the musicians, we have performers, and then I think we have producers. So we propose that the board take a person each from these 3 groupings, and then add 1 person from the Attorney General, which is chosen by the Attorney General himself, and then 1 person from the Copyright Office, which is chosen by the Copyright Administrator. That was the criteria. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if my panel has any questions for you, Uncle Francis.
No, yeah, I think the question I had was how the court came to those 3. I mean, the Attorney General and the Copyright Office.
Yeah,
they would, but the 3, I think he's explained that.
Okay,
so, yeah. I wanted to know if they will be drawing salaries.
Can he raise the voice? I can hardly hear what he's saying.
Yes, my learned counsel, sir.
Can you hear him now?
Yeah, yes. Please go on.
Yes, my learned friend.
You can't say that, you're not a lawyer.
I apologize. Please don't sue me yet. I'm not there. I'm still taking paralegal classes. Please, I wanted to know if they will be entitled to salaries, please, because you know that was an issue that came up, I think, in the court proceedings, because apparently they were there illegally and they were drawing, you know, those amounts of money. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You see, a company limited by guarantee. Basically, let me say, an NGO more or less. You are not entitled to draw salaries. And if you look at the regulations of GHAMRO itself, it is provided expressly, without any doubt, that they cannot draw salaries. Now, unfortunately, these guys were drawing salaries of 2,500 Ghana a month against the Enabling Act. You know, that they could not draw salaries. And then the court asked them, now, this salary that you are drawing, did you have any resolution on it? They couldn't provide a resolution. But you paying taxes on the salaries that you are drawing, they could not answer that question. And then they said that, well, they thought at the board and then they decided to collect salaries. You know, I mean, clearly, it is wrong. So it is also, I mean, to these people to also to understand that when you are put there as an interim team for a period of 6 months, you cannot also draw salaries. You are only there to ensure that things are streamlined, and then you know, a permanent board is put in place to run that sort of GHAMRO. They cannot draw any salary at all.
So the former body that's been dissolved, would they have to pay back the salaries they were drawing whilst they were in office?
That is correct, because that money was illegally obtained.
Okay.
Wow. It was illegally obtained. You see, what they must know is that when this body is put in place now, they will not have access to all the accounts. They will change all the signatures to the accounts of GHAMRO, but they will write to the bank. Now, I think it's public knowledge in this country, since yesterday, that the board has been changed. The interim board has been set aside. There is no interim board as we speak now. Now, another interim has been put in place. Interim go, interim come. Now, they will have no dealings with GHAMRO for the next 6 months. Now, what this means is that they can now have the right to now cause a forensic audit to be conducted into their accounts.
Okay.
So that they determine exactly how much was collected, how much was disbursed, the mode for the disbursement, how much is left in the accounts, whatever money which has been gone, which has been dissipated, has been vomited. So whoever has taken any money illegally, obviously should be ready to face the law courts in a criminal matter. Yes, that is the approach.
Okay.
That is the approach. Because you cannot draw money when your law says you cannot draw money. Yes, you cannot. You cannot. So I believe that all those who took money illegally from the accounts of GHAMRO should be willing to make sure that they can find a way to pay the money back. That I think is the approach to go. Yeah.
Okay. No further questions?
No further questions.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Gary, for your time. Lawyer Gary Demaku is counsel for the plaintiff. That comprises of Nana Ampidu and 99 others. So Francis insists it's now -1, so it's now 98.
For the time being.
For the time being. So it's now 98 others. Okay. So there you have it. They'll have to pay the salaries, the 2000 and what?
2011 to
2014, and we're drawing between 2,000 and 4,000 cities.
Where are you going to get that money?
I have to sell the house. So very soon, look at the areas they live. They might just be some houses for sale.
Well, I think for me, I think and I have to commend Nanampedu and the people who decided to take the matter to court. I think the issue had dragged for a while. It was ongoing. Everybody was giving explanations. Sometimes when you call people for interviews, they say what they want, you know. And there were too many issues. They couldn't resolve the issue themselves.
Encounters you.
And this is a lawful country, you know, and there are laws and there are courts. And so somebody decided, okay, let's go to court and then we settle the matter. They've gone to court and this is what the court says. Until these guys decide, or I mean, when I say these guys, I mean the previous interim board that was dissolved, decide to appeal at a higher court, and appeal, if the appeal is withheld, then this won't happen. I mean, these guys will have to give them back and all that. But as it is now, today Saturday, is it 12?
Yes,
July.
12 July.
Thankfully, the matter is settled, and I'm also happy because it didn't take too long for this issue to be settled. Usually, when you go to court, it takes a while. It drags.
It tends to deter a lot of people
from going. But thankfully, this didn't take that long. It was adjourned once, and then for certain things to be done right, it went back, and the decision has been made. I hope that everybody who is a right holder, or the people who had been bickering over the period that we've seen it happen,
respect the law.
Will respect the decision of the court. Because, I mean, well, of course, that is even a moot point.
We don't have a choice.
You cannot say that you
exactly.
respect. I mean, otherwise there are consequences.
To say that you respect.
The unfortunate thing, unfortunate because somebody has to go and find the money somewhere to pay for all the money they've thrown. I mean, according to what the lawyer said, you have to pay back the money that you took. Because your own rules say that you can't draw salary. So if you draw, it means that you don't need to legally.
Is it that they didn't know? Because I was reading the story, and then there's Bandek saying that he didn't even know they were supposed to be in office for just 18 months.
Well, ignorance is not an excuse.
Well, if you want to hide something from the black pan, where do you put it? Put it in the book. That's why he didn't read it.
You put it in print. So I wish them well. And I hope, as the lawyer said again, the interim board would learn from what the previous people did and apply themselves to ensuring that they stabilize, things before they end their term.
Lest they also be made to pay.
Musicians are bread.
Yeah.
As I said it, I'm happy, first of all, that you didn't hear this on the radio like some time ago we used to hear. You wake up in the morning, you tune into GBC 1 and 6 o'clock. The following person should leave their office with immediate effect, At least they went to court, you had a chance to prove your case. And I didn't even think these guys should contest it because according to their law, they were supposed to be in there for 24 months. That's what I know, not 18, 24 months. Not exceeding 24 months. So it's stated categorically clear. So in a situation where other people are coming to request, you to leave office, you could have just given up so it wouldn't have to go there.
Exactly.
Because immediately the law comes in or the court comes in, the whole equation changes. And now they're going to bully you properly. Now you see you have to refund. Assuming you had done it, coolly, you have sorted it out with your money.
Exactly. After all, we like Famanyami already, so we would have said that,
Famanyami reminds me of a certain big man who was a judge and said, now you see your size.
You're out there talking.
You talk because I can actually imagine Carlos, give us big grammar and then stands in front of the judge, hands behind his back and say, yes, sir, I'll refer the body side. I don't know, man. I feel so sad about this because
crazy.
I'm sure when they were doing all these things, they never thought they would get to this. So they drew their salary, probably wrote nice, figures for themselves. And unfortunately, the figures these days, is not going to be friendly at all. They need to cash it out. But I'm sure it's still the same members there, same musicians. I'm sure they'll find a way around it, It's not like they hate each other. It's just they wanted things to be done and done properly. So I have a feeling they'll find a way around it, I have a feeling.
Around the money issue?
Yes, thankfully they haven't said they've chopped money though, which I'm happy for.
Around the salary issue.
Yes, it's possible.
So my point is that if it's illegal, then it's out of the hands of your...
No, in terms of the refund, I meant.
Yeah, but
that's what you're talking about. But they don't necessarily have to pay all the... 4,000 a month times how many?
But they have to pay so that they get money to pay royalties. 40 million.
That's 48,000 a year.
Okay, yeah, doing the yearly. Okay.
So that's 1.2
times 2,
120,000
times 2 full year. Okay, you can say times 3.
120,000 Ghana cedis. By the way, Really?
Seriously?
No, come on. What are you talking about?
Assuming they decide to charge
even inflation,
they decide to charge interest on it.
Hey.
Or inflationary, looking at the rates today. Come on, that's like huge. These are bank breakers, man.
It is.
And those 4 gentlemen, come on, they're nice people, Kreku, Nad Brew, and then KK Kabobo, and then the last one is who?
4.
Oh, there are 4 of them.
Yeah, 4.
So I don't know. I feel sorry for them. I really, really do feel sorry. But however, it's not about them. It's about the musicians.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's about what
because they've been crying for to get what is due them, and
of course
they haven't been getting it for all this while.
Of course. So now, if Carlos is your friend, don't try calling him. Because he's going to be very angry.
Okay, so let's get back to.
I hope he doesn't have OTT.
I hope so too.
He's my friend.
Before I get an earful.
So let's get back to the Castro missing saga. EL thinks that Castro is well. He doesn't think that Castro is alive because of information he has received so far.
From where?
Well, we are not too sure. Okay, David, can we play back that EL story? And then we'll get to... I don't remember if he mentioned the source, but he just said that information he has, from the information he's speaking, doesn't look like Castro is alive.
He's not Joy FM Electric. What's he called? Those
election
headquarters where you can call results. So please, EL, Charlie.
Okay, so let's
go and play basketball, sir. Just leave these ones for them.
Fans and colleagues of the African Girls Hitmaker have been in a state of anticipation since news broke last Sunday about the musician's accident. And although hope is fast fading of finding Castro and his female companion alive, some still believe they are alive. Rapper and music producer EL, who has a close relationship with Castro, is however not sure his colleague can be found alive almost a week after the accident.
Well, I don't know what facilities were available to the search party or the team who were assigned to look for his body. I don't know what resources they had in their possession. All we know is that they said they did their best, but they couldn't find a body. But from information that comes to me, it says to me that the place at which he was lost was a very deadly area, and he could have been easily washed into the ocean, or anything could have happened.
Castro be found dead. What impact will his loss have on the country's music industry?
Castro is an artist who was a lot of things to his family, to his fellow artists, to his fans, etc. So it's definitely a huge, devastating blow to all these people, to this whole demographic. It's definitely something which we'll be recovering from for a very long time to come. And needless to say, he's an irreplaceable asset to the development of our music industry as a whole. And if it's true that he has been lost to us, then he's going to be greatly missed, and that void will be very, very, very difficult to fill.
EL is, however, preparing for his bar concert, which comes over the Alliance Française next Saturday, July 19.
I tell you, say I conquer. You see them, I white them, they wonder.
EL really didn't tell us who or where his information is coming from.
I guess he just feels that, the logic of the thing must be that if after so many days of an alleged drowning, the person has to come out, or the body of the person has to come out up, so they see it.
Exactly.
So if up to whenever he granted the interview, the body hadn't come up, then what the most sensible thing to conclusion to come to must be that he's dead. And I think that's logical, really. I mean, if you consider the fact that what everybody says, or all the people who know says that it shouldn't take more than 3 days for somebody who drowns to come up, regardless of whatever might be holding you down, because they say the undercurrents.
It's a totally different ballgame.
It's stronger than what you see on the surface. So it would definitely pull you and bring you up. So the fact that we have still not seen Castro's body or that of the lady that he was said to be riding, is it right?
Jet skiing
with, you know, must mean so. But unfortunately, or whatever it is, some people also want to keep hope alive, you know, and say that until there is an official declaration that enough is enough.
Like Ochame Kwame saying that he suspects by now he probably has been washed up ashore somewhere else, other than where the search party is.
A lot of probabilities.
It is. I mean, you know, and we all know, and people have said so many things this week. So
some we cannot even
say on air. You know?
He's turned into a macro.
That is so mean.
That is mean. That is abominable. I mean, you don't say that.
Exactly.
Regardless of if it's a joke or whatever.
Because
there's some people grieving,
their
family grieving, you know, and you make such jokes and send them around. And so many of such jokes have gone around. I mean,
exactly.
It's amazing, but there's not much for us to say, except to say that I hope that there will be some good coming out of this, some way, somehow. Tomorrow is 1 week, and hopefully, maybe some good will come out of it. Otherwise, I don't know.
And apparently, MUSIGA was going to hold a vigil, but I hear the family said they were not informed, so it's been cancelled.
Yeah, MUSIGA was going to hold a vigil. We only got information today, this evening, that they said they've cancelled. I saw a tweet by the MUSIGA's official handle that it's been cancelled. The explanation we picked up was that the family says that they were not informed on time. And the other thing the family says, which for me makes sense, is that they were holding a vigil on the 1 week of the drowning, then you are conceding.
Oh no, commemorating.
You are commemorating the 1 week. You know, that counts. They believe in the 1 week thing, just like funeral. So you are commemorating the 1 week of the death of the man.
Unofficially,
and for that reason, I agree with them, because they haven't come to accept that. I mean. Some of the families of the people of the aircraft that got
Malaysia,
they still have hope that they will see their family.
I remember I watched the BBC, and there was a lady saying she still calls her husband's phone, you know, every day, hoping that
But you know, so point is, the family has not come to the realization yet. They haven't accepted it yet that their son, their brother, their uncle, their whatever is dead. So. Doing that means that they would concede to that. So I agree with them perfectly.
I agree too. And to quickly touch on EL's issues, it seems the logical thing to say. However, that's why even the police departments or have various terminologies they use to describe these things. Dead, alive, or missing. It's not for nothing that they put these three things there. I think since we love football, we could use a football analogy. You either win, lose, or you draw. You understand? It's either
which
of
we
the
did
three.
Against Germany, but which Brazil didn't do against Germany.
Trouble. You're looking for trouble. So I understand EL's position, but I think we shouldn't be in a haste to call it, like I'm saying about this election business. Even when Castro's father called it and said that his son is dead categorically because he's not a fish, you know, and I'm quoting him directly or verbatim, right? I think people came, you know, to attack him a bit, to say, we understand your emotions, but let's let the appropriate laws work or operate, because even though he's your son, you don't necessarily own him. He is for the state, just like, you know, all of us. So let's bury our emotions, you know, for just a few moments, and then let's wait. After all, legally also, it is said, and it, I think is in our constitution, that if somebody goes missing for a period, you can only declare the person dead after 7 years. You know, so if we really want to call him dead, and having not seen his body, then we have to be patient and wait for 7 years to call that.
Is in the constitution?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's legal. You know, I spoke to my learned friend. Sorry, yeah. So we consulted, and then, so he distracted me.
He gave you the article.
Yes, I got the article. Yes, but you know, because I pay school fees for my children, I forgot. So. Yeah, after 7 years, you know, we can declare him
really,
dead. But in the meantime, he's missing.
How long can the rest of his fans and admirers wait?
It doesn't matter.
If the body is still
it doesn't matter.
Up.
Such things is an accident, purely accidental. It wasn't deliberate. None of us, according to what's going on legally, killed him. So this is just negligence on whoever's part, whether him, whether the resort, whether the lady, or whoever.
Or the lake.
Or the lake would not. That's his house. That's the lake's house, and you came in there. You know. So we should just hope and pray, and maybe do vigil.
So if I come to your house and you pick a machete and you cut me, you haven't done.
You trespass and I cut you.
No, I come to your house.
Visit.
Yes.
Oh, visit is different. You have a visa, man.
Yeah. But he was visiting on the lake.
He was visiting the lake.
Yes.
No, he did not visit. Is he a fish? Why does he have to visit the lake?
Okay, let me read some of your messages.
If you don't, then you wear the right gear. That's why you have diving material.
This one says, let's hope Castro underwater isn't dead. I thought his name was under fire rather, not underwater. Shout out to my lovely husband, Mr. Akins of Kofredia. Today happens to be... Today happens to be our first anniversary in
Which
marriage.
song are we playing?
David will decide. And I want him to know I love him and will always love him. Okay, that's from Mrs. Obiya Osayakoto Akins. Okay, so congratulations on your first anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Akins. This one from God's Way Sega says, Castro, your fans want to see you alive or dead.
He doesn't use WhatsApp there. He didn't hear this.
He didn't hear. I'm sure you probably watch it online or something.
Oh, you will.
Wherever he is.
Underwater.
Brazil asylum supporters to be serious news. So good evening.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that. It's not entertainment. Or
well, we'll talk about it shortly.
GHAMRO board make a whole topic out of that, right?
GHAMRO board were enjoying 4,000 CDs. Okay, you didn't add your name. For Moses Abebio, Kwanzaa and Triple Prasoni, I really like your word tonight. Okay, thank you very much. Please, can I know the one behind it? Oh,
I know.
Yes,
that's
Simi.
Gladys.
There's nobody.
Simi, James, I'll tell you.
There's nobody behind
you. Guys see Gladys?
I think EL is right, because how can one fall into a river and for almost a week not being found? For me, I think he's dead as well, but thank God if he appears live as well. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, this one from Kwame in Dodowa. You say, I heard the government marine guys are using swimmers instead of divers to search for Castro in the water, and that divers are not in Ghana. Really? Who said Ghana we don't have divers? All the Navy people were training.
Of course.
They don't dive? Really?
No, they use Suarez. I'm sure that's why he's thinking they have divers. Who likes diving?
Castro is dead, and the people he went to are down with are hiding the body. Really? Or you are thinking of probably some
conspiracy
Machiavelli type of publicity stunt. Wow. So these are some of the messages that have come to.
Who is hiding the body?
I don't know. The people he went to are down with.
Or
that's
the folks
what he
on the
says.
island, maybe.
But well, the asylum seekers. We can touch on them before David shouts on us to leave the studio for him.
Good.
Really?
Yes.
And the first time I heard the news, I said, which part of Ghana are they coming from? Because as far as I know, there's no interreligious ethnic or no interreligious violence anywhere.
Not at all.
So which part of Ghana are they coming from?
Maybe Gamashi.
No, obviously not Osudoku.
No, not Osudoku. I mean, I was amazed when I saw the story online the first time, and I would say, I mean, why would you give such an excuse even if you want to leave the country and go and live somewhere? Because there's no such a thing that's going on here, like religious conflict. To the extent that you have to leave, which part of Ghana?
I don't know.
Thank you.
But the point is that people will decide to do whatever they will do. There are a lot of people who still go through the desert of Libya,
knowing very well the dire
consequences. The things, deadly voyage as it is, and captured in movie and immortalized. People still go through that. So
But that's a very lazy excuse to give.
No,
for trying to stay wherever.
Maybe we could just look beyond the excuse and look at the fact that it all part of the fact that people want to travel outside the country, outside Ghana, and perhaps see that the grass is greener
on the other side.
But as a matter of fact, it may not be as green as it is.
Someone said you think your neighbor's grass is greener. It's because he waters it.
Check his water bill. Check your water bill. How much he has to pay for water bill. I mean, Brazil's economy is
equally worse.
It's not equally worse.
No,
Brazil's economy is $2.something trillion. Our economy is $40 billion. So you could see the size. Their per capita is about $12,000 US. Ours is less than 2,000, US dollars. So, in terms of the economic indicators, they are like far ahead. Brazil is the 4th largest economy. They overtook UK last year, but they have their own problems.
The favela people are not happy. They have
their own problems.
Serious problems.
It's not like it's so green there, despite all those indicators. I mean, in Ghana, we say we are middle income, but people still struggle. There's so many paper. So it wouldn't be very easy for them. That much we can say, but I'm sure there are some who will find something out of that, and maybe eventually they would send money, repatriate money back into our economy. In fact, if we are struggling over fuel and a lot of things, so if some of them decide to go.
Now I have the last word in a minute.
Yes, in just a few seconds. I think I can feel their frustration, because sometimes it's very difficult even for the middle class people to. Please, and I'm not doing politics here. I'm just being as objective and realistic.
No, you have
possible.
to be, even if you want to be political. I mean, it's your right to be.
I think you get where I'm coming from. In Ghana, everything is about coloration, which I think is abysmal.
Well, that's a person's problem. Whoever wants to interpret it politically.
It's
back
very
to the
annoying.
matter, open and close. David is shouting.
David, go to Brazil, leave, and don't come back.
This is a very important national issue.
Yes, it's a national issue.
He's asking if you want him to seek asylum as well.
Oh no, you don't take him, man.
He looks like them.
He looks like them.
Yeah.
So very, very, very quickly, I wish they had not done that, because this is a serious embarrassment.
It is. As if we haven't suffered enough.
Humiliation from all those.
We've suffered so many.
This is $3 million.
This is like what
the apogee of of the whole foolishness. I'm sorry, but this is just so annoying. But I think, look, our leaders should fix the economy. Case closed. If it's greener and brighter here,
we'll stay.
We should start watering our lawn. It will look greener.
Indeed.
Okay, thank you very much, Nana. Thank you very much, Uncle Francis.
Thank you.
Just a gentle reminder, Adum Praise, Airtel Adum Praise now it's called, comes off on the 2nd of August at the Perez Dome at Jowlu. So you might want to mark it on your calendar. And of course, if you are unable to go, we will attend and we'll tell you what happens.
What a wow.
What a wow. Later on. But many thanks for your time with us on the white carpet. Proudly brought to you by Airtel. My name is Nia Kofi Smartabe. Make a date with us same time next week. But of course, you can catch a repeat of the show on Sunday at 9:30 on Joy News, and then at 11 a.m. on Hits TV. Yeah, I think that's about it. Merci beaucoup. Actually, I've been speaking a lot of French, so I just felt like saying it.
Get a girl in French kiss, you'll be fine.
You see, okay. So merci. Merci beaucoup. We'll see you when we see you. Good night.
Oh, no, too.
Sichalosi ndi boss, sichalosi. Dance, dance. Yefaba vubuke mvumulo, yefaba vubuke mvumulo. Akalero kansonga, kakubye ndi mumudu ya Kigoma. Sagala nyombo, kubanga ino sawa ya nungo. Bagambye sagala nyombo, ino sawa ya Kigiri. Wamasembera. Mulamu basoba jangu tetale yansi byakoleka lekanzine nzina mu mama mulamu bwa kiseera ate muziki zuri sana lekanzine nzina mu mulamu bwa
kisera domuzikita musana nze sichalosi ndi boss sichalosi dance abange buno bulamu bumpi zengugame kali mundeke nange bwenzijukira mu kyenvudde endowooza tekuba naffe atolekawo dada ne bagenda kaganga etali musana o mama ulala